you love to play. Oh, you love to play. Don't your comments won't relay. Sign this on my page for you. Oh my God, he changed. Young life, I can't see back karma. I just need some brains so I could keep myself in order.
He got problems, she got problems, only I got 411 problems. Hey, hi, what's up, y'all? It's time for another story time. Disclaimer, this story, I'm telling it like it's my experiences, but this is not my experiences. I am reading somebody else's story. This is not my experience. I am reading somebody else's story. I just want to make that very clear. Okay? Alright. So, let's talk about dating, because in this day and age you see a lot of memes, you see a lot of things where they say like the dating pool has pee in it, the dating pool is a swamp, the dating pool is trash, and they wouldn't lie. So I'm basically have pretty much accomplished most of the things I wanted to accomplish as far as career wise. I have graduated high school, I've gotten my bachelor's, I've gotten my master's, I'm working on towards my doctorates. Like I'm not a broke chick. I'm single, ready to mingle, no kids, ready to have a good time, right? Okay, so of course, like, I don't really do the bars. I don't really do, like, clubs. So, how else would I meet somebody? How else would I, get on this love train, dip my feet in the pool unless I get out? Like, he's not going to come and knock on my door. So, I have to go out. I need to meet people. So, I need to compromise. What's the best thing to do? Dating apps. So, baby, I am putting my profile use to work, putting my best picture out there, making sure my profile is so attractive and very much like welcoming, because I want to get married. I don't have any kids. My biological clock is ticking. I have already accomplished what I need to accomplish in my career. Well, I'm not quite finished, but I'm working towards to get my master's, so we should be good, right? Right. Like that. I'm bringing to the table. Like I'm not a dumb chick. I'm not coming after your money. I'm bringing money to the table. So this shouldn't be hard, right? Y'all, let me tell you. Oh my God. So I go, on the dating apps, and I'm swiping and I'm swiping and I'm swiping and not really getting nothing. So I go to another dating app and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling, and oh, okay, I found one. Cool. So we're chatting it up, we're talking, conversation is good, everything is going good, everything is perfect. We have been conversating for a good month, and we're gearing up to, okay, we need to meet and go on a date. Y'all, we making plans, we're gonna go out, we're getting ready to meet up. I'm excited because the conversation is definitely keeping my attention. I'm definitely keeping his attention. He's handsome. Yes, like, let's get this party started. Let's get things on the road, baby, because I'm ready. I'm ready to get this dating thing down. Well, lo and behold, a day before we're going on a date and all these plans, I get an inbox saying, "Do you know that you are talking to my man?" Wait, what? Do you know you are talking to my man? Clearly, I don't know I'm talking to your man because, love, he's on a dating app. That's how we're messaging. We haven't even exchanged numbers. We are messaging on a dating app. We are making plans on a dating app. Do your man know he your man? So clearly this weekend, I'm going to be still in the house. But I'm not going to get discouraged. So I'm just going to, keep moving forward and go back to the previous dating app that I had. That I was doing. And then, so like now I'm swiping. And so I find like 2 or 3 prospects. And so I'm talking to all 3 at the same time because can't put all my eggs in one basket no more, because just in case like one fall through, I got 2 more on the side. You know what I'm saying? So, like substitutes coming off the bench. If the starter don't work, bring in the sub. Sub might be better than the starter. We don't know. But okay. Anyway, so we are talking, having a good time. And I'm having a good, good little conversations with all 3 of them, right? But 1 out of the 3 is really pulling my attention, honey. Really pulling my attention. He is very well spoken. Like the conversation is just, we talking on the phone like we teenagers. Yes, we have exchanged numbers because the conversation is really that good, honey. So we talking on the phone like we teenagers, don't want to hang up, don't want to stop talking. We're talking all day, and when we can't talk, we're texting, sending little messages, like, the little giddy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So things are going good. And so at this point, we have been talking for a good 2 to 3 weeks. But we want to kind of speed it up and like meet face to face. Right? So you invite me out to dinner. Okay. So we make plans, and so I'm kind of a little skeptical because, the last time I made plans, yo lady hit me up, and that was it for dinner. And I'm sitting at home watching TV, eating ice cream, chilling on my couch. But we were in the clear because even though I had fears, what happened previous did not happen this time. And baby, we ended up meeting, and he was everything from his picture, from his profile. He was everything. 6'2", nice caramel tone, low haircut, businessman. He was dressed well, very, 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 very nice. We met up at this nice dinner. He planned the date, he planned the time, told me what to wear, and then once we even got to the restaurant, he even told me like options, like this is really good. I've been here before. I wanted to bring you here because the food is really good. The ambiance is very nice because there's a band playing in the background. It's a live band. Like, it's really like a vibe. Okay, we're not doing no drive-thrus. We're not doing Chili's. Nothing against Chili's. Nothing against Applebee's. But, when you want to go on a real date, you want to go on a real date. You know what I'm saying? And nothing against Ruth Chris, either. Because this was not Ruth Chris. This was not Ruth Chris, because everybody goes to Ruth Chris, and baby, we're not doing Ruth Chris, and I like that. I like it. So the food was good. The conversation was good. Everything is vibing. Like, I'm loving it. And so we're really enjoying each other. And so he wanted to, go back to his place. Not gonna lie, I was really excited, and I wanted to go back to his place too. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll follow you. Everything was still chill. We had great conversation. We were like, when I walked in, I was like, oh my God, like his place is nice. Like everything is good. He had a nice place. He was clean. Like we were enjoying TV. We sat on the couch, and he put the cover over my lap, and he gave me like a little drink, and he was like, yeah, let's watch a movie. So we're watching a movie. We're having a good time. The vibe is nice. And so, after the movie, I would say not after, but like in the middle of the movie, he was like, I really want to kiss you. Your lips look so soft. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I'm with it too because I'm digging him. The conversation, everything, like I'm just drawn in. So I'm digging him, so I let him kiss me, and while he's kissing me, he works his way on my neck, and then he's whispering in my ear, and he was like, I want to taste you. So I sat there for a minute and I thought about it, but it's like we're adults. So I know this is our first date, but we've been talking for a while, like 3 weeks. But that almost added up to a month, so it don't matter. And it's been a long time since I had some kind of interaction, so I'm cool with it. And I was like, yes, taste me. So I let him taste me. Baby, it was a relief. It was everything that I wanted, everything that I needed. It was everything perfect. Chef's kiss. It was everything. The night was everything. And I just was like, oh, God has sent me my husband, honey. He has sent me my husband. This is him. He is the one. Yeah, I know I sound crazy, but I'm just telling you, everything was perfect. And it's very rare, because I have been in a dating pool before. Very rare that a date is perfect, but this one was perfect. And it was like, he was just a gentleman, and like, we grown. Anyway, like, I'm leaving because we did not do anything other than him tasting me. He was like, I'm doing exactly what I asked for. He was like, the movie is over. I enjoyed my night. Like, you better get going because, it's getting late and you got to work tomorrow, which was true. So I was like, okay, yeah, so let me get up out of here. He kissed me goodbye. And on the way home, we're talking on the phone. He's making sure I get home safe. Once I get home, we're still talking on the phone. And he was like, baby, you better go to sleep because you got to work tomorrow. Very true. So go to work, and baby, I'm on butterflies. I am floating. And my coworkers can tell a little difference because they're like, girl, you got a little glow. We smiling more today. And I'm like, yeah, God is good. You know how we be in a whole zone. Like, you just make up all these scenarios in your head because it's like, okay, yeah, finally God heard me. He answered my prayers, baby. Like, everything is good, right? So the next day, like, we talk after I got off work. We're still having a conversation. Nothing has changed. No red flags. No nothing. Right? Okay. So I would say like 2 weeks go by and we're still talking. And he was like, okay, I want you to come back to my place because, I want to see you. Like, it's time for another date. Right? Okay, cool. And I was like, what time you want me to come over? What are we going to do? Are we going to watch a movie? Because remember, the first date was well planned. It was well thought out. So what are we going to do? And so he was like, we're just going to chill out. We're just going to play it by ear. That was kind of odd, but okay, it's different. Like, you don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over. So yeah, okay, let's do that. So let's play it by ear. So when I get to the house and I walk in, when there's a lady there, and he says, hey, Angel, this is my mom. Now, hold on. I know y'all think, I know what y'all thinking, because I just said that this man was my husband. But I don't think we was ready to meet parents. Because, I'm not taking you to meet my mom. I'm not taking you to meet my dad. Why am I meeting your mom on a second date? But, maybe it's like, okay, well, maybe he's serious and he's about his business. So, yeah, like, okay. So let's just play it by ear because it's like, why is your mom here? Maybe she's visiting. So I was like, oh, okay. Hi, I'm Angel. Nice to meet you. And so his mom says, hi. And she turns and walks away and goes to the other side of the apartment. So I kind of give him a look like, and he was like, don't mind her. Come on, let's sit in the living room and let's, find a movie. Okay, so we gonna sit in the living room and find a movie. Because why your mom's here? Because, again, you haven't said anything to me about, your mom being here, me meeting your mom. Okay, maybe this is a surprise because we're playing it by ear. I don't know. But once we got to the, to the sofa, and, I sit there for a minute. He was like, you want something to drink? And I was like, and so he comes back to the couch and he was like, okay, so yeah, it was kind of a little off guard. My mom, she lives here. What? She lives here. Oh, okay. And I was like, well, okay, so you take care of your mom. And he was like, yeah, I take care of my mom. Oh, okay. Well, where was she the other night? Because, I thought you stayed by yourself. And he was like, oh, no, she was out and about. Like, she's not handicapped, but, I take care of my mom. Like, my mom took care of me. I take care of my mom. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So, do you want something to drink? Okay, yeah. Yeah. What do you have? So you go give me something to drink after I decide on the options that you have. And, I'm still kind of baffled because, again, your mom's here. So I'm thinking, like, what kind of date is this, or what kind of date this is gonna be? Because I'm not even gonna front. My little gut of mine was going, because it was like, baby, I want you to taste me again, because I really enjoyed that experience. So it's like, what? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? So I don't know, like, we're just sitting there, we're just enjoying each other, we're watching TV. And so he was like, remember I told you, like, I kind of dibble and dabble, and I want to cook for you. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, you're in business, so you want to be a chef too? And he was like, no. He was like, I just cook, like, my mom taught me how to cook. I don't want to be a chef or nothing, like, but I want to cook for you. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. Yeah, cook for me. I can eat. I could eat. And so he decided to cook some, some asparagus, some honey butter lemon chicken, on some jasmine pilaf rice. Like, it was a really good meal, and I was very surprised. And I was like, oh, okay, this is really good. So it kind of, like, brushed the mama to the back a little bit, but she's still lingering, because it's like, what the hell? What the hell? But that's neither here nor there, because you got to give credit where credit is due. Because if you're taking care of your mom, that means, you'll be good to me, so to speak. Anyway, so we're sitting, after we've eaten, we watched movies, and I was like, it's kind of getting late, because I still feel a little uncomfortable, and then nothing could go any further anyway, because your mom is here. So I was like, it's kind of getting late, so I'm going to go ahead and head home, because, I got to work tomorrow. And so he was like, okay, babe, he gives me a kiss. I walk out the door, and I'm sitting in the car. Once I got there, it's like, maybe this is not my husband. Maybe I'm moving too fast. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. So what do I do? What do we women do? There's always that one homegirl we call and be like, girl, let me tell you, listen. So remember, businessman was, I told you about the date, and he was everything. He was the dream, the love of my life. He's going to be my future husband. Now, mind you, this friend is honest. Brutally honest. Most of the time, she don't even care about your feelings. She'd rather tell you the truth than sugarcoat your feelings. And I appreciate that for her. About her, I appreciate that about her. But sometimes I still don't tell her everything, because I don't want to hear it. Let me live in my fantasy. Anyway, but I call her because it's like, I really don't have nobody else to vent to, because I don't trust nobody else but her. So I call her, and I'm like, hey, girl, remember I told you about businessman? And, we went, the first date was everything. It was really like a fairy tale. And I went on the second date, and we pull up to his house. Guess who was in his house? And the first thing she said was, girl, another. And so I was like, no. it was his mama. So she was like, so basically another she's such a smart ass. But anyway, she was like, so basically another. And I was like, quit playing. I was like, he said he take care of his mom. So, I kind of got to give him points for that, because there's not a lot of people who are taking care of their parents. Parents usually, are in nursing homes and stuff. And she was like, girl, what black parent is moving in with their kids? Not unless they real rich. She was like, so his place must be immaculate. It must be like this nice big condo, this penthouse situation. And I was like, no, that's not the case. And I was like, that's not the case. And I was like, she was like, well, so how's his mom? How's the vibe? What was she giving? And I was like, she was kind of standoffish. She kind of just looked me up and down, said hi, and went to her room. Her room? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She lived there? Now, here's the part why I really didn't want to say her, because, again, here comes the truth. Here comes the truth in my ear, and it's kind of pushing the fantasy out the other, and I don't want to do that. I want to kind of keep the fantasy in here, because I have this whole plan of how things are supposed to go in my head, and that's not working right now. When I talk to her, she pulls all the fantasies out of things. Even though she's supportive, and no matter what I do, she still takes out the fantasy out of things. And most of the time, she's right. So I was like, reluctantly, yes, his mom lives there. She said, girl, ain't no businessman living with his mama. Ain't no businessman living with his mama. He a businessman. He making money like that. He putting his mama up in her own place. That's his mama's place, girl. No, it's not. No, it's not. I was there the other night. We had a good time. It was his place. There is nothing. There is nothing to show like that's his mom's place. Like, you can say, like, it's just clean. It was cool, like a bachelor's pad. So, of course, she was like, girl, okay. You like it, I love it. She was like, what you doing? And so I'm like, I'm on my way home because I just left. But he cooked for me. The food was very good. I was very impressed. We had great conversation. Nothing else could go any further because she was like, his mom was there. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm glad you had a good day. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad that you are safe. But that's his mama's house. That's not his mama's house. And yes, I did have a good time. So she was like, you know, that little feeling that you get in the back of your head and the pit of your stomach. So, of course, what are we going to name her? Naya. We're going to name her Naya. My friend's name is Naya. So, at this point in time, when Naya starts talking like that, I was like, goodbye, Naya. Good night. I'll text you and let you know when I get home when I'm walking through my door. Okay, cool. Naya hangs up the phone and I'm driving and still thinking, because it's a good little drive to get to his place. I'm hoping it's his place. But I'm not going to let that count against him. I'm not going to let that go against him. I'm going to believe the fantasy part of me that that's his place and he's taking care of his mom. Right? So, you know, while I'm thinking about it, like most of the time I don't remember like him even like, babe, I can't pick up the phone or I can't text you like I'm in a business meeting, because he said he's a businessman, right? Anyway, so I go home and I'm relaxed. I take my bath and I'm watching TV for a good bit. And he texted me and said, babe, did you make it home safe? And I was like, yeah, I made it home safe. And he was like, that's odd. You usually call me in the car, or you usually call me, you know, to let we talk on the way home, which was true. And I was like, well, yeah, I called my friend Naya. Me and Naya was on the phone, so that's why I didn't call you. And he was like, oh, girl talk. Y'all was talking about me, huh? Y'all was talking about me, huh? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, we was really talking about your mom. And he was like, oh, you have questions? He was like, babe, you know, I take care of my mom. I told you, I take care of my mom. Nothing for you to worry about. I take care of my mom. Okay. And I was like, well, you know, I'm going to go to sleep and I'll, you know, we'll text and we'll talk tomorrow. And he was like, oh, okay, that's cool. He was like, you know, maybe we'll meet up this weekend because, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that. So still, like, there's this gnawing in the back of my head and there's this thing going on in the pit of my stomach, and it's like something just ain't right. But, you know, we're going to flow with it, right? Right? Because this is my husband. Because the first date was perfect. So he got to be the man of my dreams. He's taking care of his mama. Like, things just keep stacking up. Like, points after points after points, right? All right. So let's move forward. I have worked the remainder of the work week is done, and it's coming up to the weekend. It's Saturday night, and you know, I go meet up with him. So when I go meet up with him, of course, let me back up. Wednesday, I get a text message. And the text message it's babe, because I have him as babe in my phone. Don't judge me. He's babe. I have him as babe in my phone. And so when it pops up, you know, I kind of smile because my babe is texting me. He was thinking about me. So let me see what he has to say. And the message said, who the is this? No, this can't be happening again. There's no way. No way, because at this point in time, we have been talking for almost 2 months now. There is no way. There is absolutely no way this is happening again. So I responded and said, who is this? What are we going to name her? This is Karma. Who the is this? I said, this is Angel. How can I help you? What are you doing texting my man? What are you doing talking to my man? Your man? Your man? No. No, hun. No. The date was perfect. I was at his house. I met his mama. He cooked for me. My man. I said, so what are you talking about? Excuse me? My name is Karma. Bay is my man. So I don't know what foolishness or what you think y'all got going on, but I need you to remove yourself, and this is not going to happen. So from here on out, you're going to be blocked. I didn't even respond because it's like at this point, it's been 2 months. Who are you? What? Where did you come from? No, what? 2 months. How? 2 months. Keep that in mind. So I haven't talked to you again since Wednesday because prior we made plans because I came to you on Monday. You fed me, I met your mom, etc., etc. Wednesday, Karma pops up. Haven't talked to you. Don't know if we're still going to meet up. Don't even know why I still want to meet up, but I feel I'm owed an explanation, but I haven't talked to you. I haven't said anything, right? You haven't said anything either, which is very odd. You're not saying anything? Who the is Karma? So I figured, a conversation like this needs to be held face to face. I need to find out what's going on. But still, you made the plans for the date. So if the date is not happening and if karma is real, no pun intended, you won't say anything to me, right? Well, lo and behold, you hit me up. It is Friday night. It's Friday night, and you hit me up and you saying, babe, we need to talk. I'd rather us, talk face to face. Let me explain. She's an ex-girlfriend. She's still cool with my mom. We used to be together for a long time. And, she doesn't get the realization that we're no longer together. I really want to give this a chance. I really want to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to jump to conclusions because, that's true. Like, I've seen a couple of stories. I've heard a couple of things where the ex, don't want to let it go. And, the other person has moved on. So, okay, yeah, let's talk face to face. So, I meet up with you and we're walking. Like, I meet up with you and you asked me to meet you at your apartment. So, I get to your apartment and I come and I knock on the door and your mom answers. And, of course, again, I'm a little stunned. I speak to your mom, and I go and I sit down because your mom answers the door. And you yell out from the back of, the room where you were. And you was like, babe, I'm coming. I'll just give me a couple of minutes. So I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting on the couch, and your mom is staring at me. So I was like, so how was your day? How was things going? And so she said, are you stupid or something? Oh, somebody. Ma'am, she said, what do you do for a living? I'm a nurse. You're a nurse? Yes. I'm a nurse. Wait. You have a bachelor's? Yes, I do. Actually, I have my associates, I have my bachelor's, and I'm working on my master's. And I said it proudly because, baby, that's an accomplishment. That's a feat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm in healthcare. Big ups to me. She said, what are you doing with him? I was like, your son is in business. She bust out laughing.
It was at this moment that he knew.
What?
He fucked up.
What's the joke? Because I like to laugh. What's the joke? What's the joke? She said, my son's not in business. My son is an ex-con. He just got out of jail. Hold on. What do you mean he just got out of jail? She said, baby, if I was you, I would not ruin my life and I would not date him. I would run for the hills and go the whole opposite way. But you grown. I could just tell you my opinion and what I think you should do. I think you should run. This lady said that and walked away from me. So I'm sitting there and I have on a nice little sundress because, again, I don't know what we're doing. All I know is you wanted to come for a date, but also you're explaining this other girl, right? And so you walked away. When she walked away, and I was like, wait. Excuse me. So she peeks back around the corner. She said, yes. And I was like, Karma, who is that? And she puts on a smile and she said, the name should speak for itself. She's like, baby, she still comes over here. He's playing you both. But again, he said she don't want to let it go, but he's always letting her in here. Figure it out for yourself. You're grown. And walks away. This is my husband. In my mind, my fantasy, this is my husband. This is my man. So I don't say anything. I don't let on. Like, I had this conversation with your mom. Like, I'm just sitting there waiting for you. So you come out of the room. And when you come out of the room, you're like, baby, you ready to go? And I was like, where are we going? He was like, oh, we got to make a couple of stops. He was like, I need you to take me. where's your car? So we get outside and we get in my car, and I was like, well, babe, where's your car? And he was like, oh, that was a rental. Okay. So I was like, where we going? And he was like, oh, no, don't worry about like the exact location. He was like, I got you. And so I noticed like what he had on, he just had on like a wife beater and some shorts and some sneakers. And I was like, okay, so we can't really be doing a lot because, yeah, you're not really dressed to go in a restaurant. So we must be not really doing a lot. Okay. So we stopped by. He was like, I need you to take me to the liquor store. So we stopped by the liquor store. You get like a big bottle of Patron. You get a big bottle of Hennessy. Okay, well maybe, I don't know. Because none of this is matching. None of this is matching up. I'm in a nice sundress where we could go to like any place we go to dinner and a movie. And you're in a wife beater and shorts and sneakers and you just got Patron and Hennessy. Okay, so I was like, okay, where we going? And so we're driving. He was like, just keep straight. After we leave the liquor store, and then you was like, bust this right, bust this left, keep straight, bust this right. Y'all, please tell me why we pulled up to a trap house. Why are we at a trap house? So I'm sitting in the car and you get out and you're fussing with your son. You have kids. You have a child. I don't remember you saying anything about having a child. Who said I wanted to be a stepmom? I don't have kids. So, okay. Now that was one of the rules because, you know, like when I met somebody, I wanted to make sure like they didn't have kids. And I think I remember us talking and I remember asking you like, do you have kids? So you wouldn't lie to me about that, would you? Right. So at this point in time, I'm like, I don't know nothing about no trap house. And even with me being here, baby, my credentials, the stuff that I have, his mom was right. I don't need to be here because anything happens, or if you are really doing illegal activity, right, your mom said you don't have no job, like you're an ex-con. How did you pay for dinner? What? So I'm sitting there and you walk out, you get out, you start talking to the people, you arguing with your son, you telling your son to get from back here, you know, and you're talking to your homies or whatever, and then you pull out, you came back to the car and you pull out the bottles and everybody got their cup out and you pouring drinks or whatever, and you're taking shot after shot after shot. So there was 3 shots, and you come and you sit in the car and we're sitting there and we're not really talking. And I finally break the silence and I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? And he's like, oh, this is my business. I'm a street pharmacist. Excuse me? I'm a street pharmacist. This is what I do. This is my business. Like, you know, I'm big time. I used to be in the papers. Like, you know, you told me you were a businessman. I am a businessman. I supply the needs of the people. What needs? I'm a street pharmacist. I supply the needs of the people. That's not gonna be a problem. We vibing. We digging each other, right? So I can tell, like, from the shots, like, you're starting to get a little buzz. You're starting to get a little tipsy. But your cup, like, you have refilled. So it's full and you're steady sipping. So a car pulls up and you hop out of the car. And at this point, even though I don't want to, I start texting Naya and say, hey, I'm not safe, but I'm okay. I know it doesn't make sense. So, of course, Naya, being who she is, quickly responds and said, girl, what? what do you mean you're not safe, but you're safe? That doesn't make sense. I was like, no, I'm safe, but I'm not safe. So I'm sitting there contemplating like my escape route. Like, how do I get out of here? Like, because this is not where I want to be. This is not my husband. The fantasy has completely taken over, and I have literally been in the blinders because what the hell? So, like, I text Naya and I'm like, how do you close the door without getting out of the car? Girl, what? How do you close the door without getting out of the car? Because in my mind, he's out of the car. Let me pull off. Is the door, once I pull off with the door closed? Like, I don't know. Like, all I'm trying to do is escape. I'm just trying to get out of here because this is not real life right now. I don't think it's real life, but it's real life. So I'm like, oh my God. Like, Naya's like, girl, you're not making sense right now. What are you talking about? And I was like, don't worry about it. Because at this point in time, you've gotten back in the car. So now that you've gotten back in the car and an hour has gone by and you're steady drinking, you're intoxicated. And you're saying weird things like, you're never going to leave me. You're my lady. I love you. We're going to have kids. And it's like, who is this? What happened? Is Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde? Because I don't even know who this is. Who is this man? I'm sorry, I do not know this man. Who is this man? So I'm trying to think of a way of escape. So again, I text Naya, hey, I am not safe. I'm trying to leave, but I'm not safe. So Naya calls. Hey. Hey, girl. What's going on? What do you mean you're not safe? Hey, girl. What's going on? Oh, wow. Something's going on. What's going on? What's going on? So Naya comes up with this scenario, and Naya, like, it's like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta leave. I gotta get out of here. I have to go see about my friend. Naya's mom is sick, and she needs me at the hospital. Like, I gotta go meet up with Naya. He was like, all right. But you don't move. You don't get out. You're still sitting there. So, again, like 5 minutes pass by, and Naya calls again. I gotta go. Naya's calling me. Naya's my best friend. You know Naya's my best friend. I see Naya like my sister. We're not biologically related, but I see Naya like my sister. So I have to go. Naya's calling me. She needs me. All right. So when you get out of the car, mind you, all of the bottles and everything is empty because y'all have drunk up the party. You are, at this point, intoxicated. You're drunk. And when you get out of the car, you say, do not pull off. But when you get out of the car, guess what I do? Pull off. So when I pull off, I'm calling Naya. Pick up the phone, Naya. Naya picks up the phone. Girl, what the hell? I just need to find a store. I need to find someplace. Mind you, at this point in time, I have been sitting at his house because remember the date started like 4 or 5 o'clock. We have been sitting at the trap all this time. It is now 9:30. It is dark. I have no clue where I am. I'm not at his house. You didn't give me an address. I'm bobbing and weaving. And when I look at my phone beeps and I'm on 4%. So Naya's like, what's going on? And I was like, oh my God, I need to find a store. I don't know where I am. I don't know how to get back home because we were not at his place. I was in a trap. Naya bust out laughing and said, excuse me. I was in a trap, Naya. I was in a trap. He is not a businessman. He's a street pharmacist. Karma is his girlfriend. His mom was like, oh my God, His mom was like, girl, you're too good for him. You're too good for him. You don't need to date him. You're too good for him. I said, and also she told me, girl, this is my place. That's not his house. Not like, it's just bombshell after bombshell. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why do I even put myself in this position? So I was like, I gotta find a store because I need a charger. So I pull over, go to this gas station, and I'm talking to Naya. I was like, Naya, stay on the phone, please, just stay on the phone. So Naya was like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna hang up. She was like, but I need you to calm down because I don't need you to react out of emotion. I don't need you to do nothing crazy. Like, I need you to calm down. I don't need your anxiety to kick in because, of course, yes, I have anxiety. How do I have anxiety and I'm a nurse? I worked on it. I worked on it. And mostly I'm in administration, so yeah, I'm on a nurse line. So I very rare do I see patients. I give advice. So I'm trying to calm down, go to the store. The store is lit up. I pull on the door is locked. So the store is closed. Okay. Get back in my car. Naya's still on the phone and I'm driving. And I'm like, I'm on 4%. So Naya was like, okay, so there's no other store. She was like, can you pull over and go to, like, find another store so you can ask, like, to get you close to the interstate so you can drive back home. Because remember, he doesn't live close to me. So I was like, I just want to get far away, though, to where I feel like he's not following me because I just pulled off. I just left. So I'm driving and I'm talking tonight and I was like, let me put my phone on battery saver because I'm on 4%. So Naya was like, so how long does that give you? Because, I'm team iPhone and Naya is the Android. So she don't really know what I'm talking about. But she also lets me know, like, anyway. So she was like, how long would that give you? And so I was like, okay, well then maybe, it's supposed to give me like an extra 20 minutes. So I'm steady driving. And I was like, I don't want to pull over. I'm nervous. I just don't want to pull over. Like, just stay on the phone. So Naya is trying to calm me down and I'm driving. And it's going to take, like, once I kept driving straight, it was like, okay, the signs. Let me follow the signs. So I'm following the street signs. And I find, I kind of know where I am. And I put in my GPS. And my GPS is like, okay, it's going to take you 40 minutes to get home. My phone is not going to last 40 minutes. But at this point, we're going to play it by ear. And we're just going to go with the flow. So I'm telling Naya, like, everything that happened. I'm telling Naya, like, girl, his mom was there. She opened the door. She told me I was stupid. She let me know it was her place. She let me know, like, he is not in business. He's a street pharmacist. Naya loses it. Excuse me. Wait a minute. Back up. Because, Naya has lived the life. So Naya be kind of putting me on like I'm green compared to Naya. So she was like, wait a minute, what do you mean he's a street pharmacist? And I was like, he bragged about, like, business. He never said anything about a street pharmacist. And so Naya was like, girl, he ain't no big-time street pharmacist because if he was, love, he wouldn't be bragging. The big boss don't brag. Anyway, Naya was like, the big bosses don't brag, love. So he ain't no big-time big boss. And most of the big bosses, like, if they really care about you, they not involving their girl. Like, they not gonna give you a whole full length of, like, what they're doing, where their spots at. They're trying to keep you as far away from that as possible. But anyway, so that's not his place. So basically, Karma is his lady. She wasn't lying, and you all caught up and was making your wedding plans over a dude who has basically fooled you, catfished you. Facade, trick. I was in love. I was a goner. I'm not even gonna lie. Yes, I didn't want to listen to Naya. I didn't want to listen to nobody else. Like, he told me he was in business. The The first date was perfect. He cooked for me. Like, everything made sense. Like, you didn't see anything about his mom in that place. Like, there was nothing there to show, like, this is her place. Well, lo and behold, like, we're steady driving. I'm steady driving. Naya's talking. And the whole time, like, I'm sitting here going, my phone is still on 4%. But at this point in time, we've been talking for a good 20 minutes. And 20 minutes turned into 30. 30 turned into 40. We talked the whole time. I'm walking in the door to my apartment, unlock the key, and as soon as I unlocked the key, I went to say, Naya, and my phone dies. So I'm sitting there before I call Naya back, and I'm going, a sigh of relief. And I started thanking God, because it's like, girl, do you know, like, the situation that you just put yourself into? And then, truth be told, that had to be nobody but God, because the phone was supposed to be dead 30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. The phone was supposed to be dead. But somehow, someway, it stayed on 4% the whole time. So, of course, Naya calls right back, because she was like, and of course, Naya is laughing, and she's making it very weird. She was like, girl, there's nobody but God, because your phone was supposed to be dead. And that reiterated, of course, I know, very much so, my phone should have died a long time ago. But now I'm home, I'm safe, I'm good. Like, let's talk about this in the morning, because I need to decompress. Naya was like, okay, cool, I just wanted to make sure you were safe. And she hangs up the phone. Good looking out, Naya, because Naya came up with the situation to get me out of there. And all this time, my phone was on 4%. Was I stupid? I love you the most, because you're definitely the dopest in real life, and I'll see you in the next one.